Jason's become a good buddy of mine. Met him through John Federa, great guy. He's a big partner for Blue Collar Millionaire. He's got an incredible story. He's going to be in Chicago. It's the upbringing, how he got there, working under Tony Robbins, and then having a 65 million exit by.
I think in this world of AI bullshit and everything, you find brothers really quick now that are not full of shit. Short version, where I came from, my adopted father went to prison for attempted murder of me and my mom when I was 17. I watch what you guys say to each other. I watch how you interact. It's very impressive, because if it wasn't for people that reached out to me at probably the worst points of my life, I know where I would be. I know the trajectory that I was on. So I'm very grateful to be a part of these kind of things. I was like, what the hell did I do to deserve this kind of a life? And I just decided I was going to learn a trade, because I didn't graduate from high school, had no degrees, had no family connections, nothing. I started doing real estate, started doing all that stuff because I thought, I've got the golden touch. Everything that I touch turns to gold, until the economy took a turn and you have to have real skills to be able to navigate through those things. I was 2 million in debt. I was telling Kevin on our last conversation, I remember vividly the day that I became worth $0, and it was one of the happiest days of my life. And so when I started to come out of that, it was a book from Tony Robbins at a homeless shelter that I was at that really changed the trajectory of where I was going in my life. And it was Awaken the Giant Within. Put me in an unbelievable position, opened doors I never would have been able to open myself, which was other business owners, successful business owners that had figured out what I didn't know. Turned out that I ended up building my own private equity firm, no partners, no debt, no investors, mainly because nobody would give me any money at the time, back in the day, because I figured out one thing about business. The core of all businesses is the same. Every single business is exactly the same at its core. And I don't know about y'all, but that pissed me off a little, is when you dig in, we do 60% of the GDP. We do about 70% of the hiring. We're 90% of the non-governmental jobs, and we're non-essential if you're trying to screw over a country. And if you take away dispersed finance for anybody to be able to pick up and beat down their demons and be able to overcome and learn how to serve, if you take that away, we're either going to work for a big corrupt company or have to beg from a corrupt government. Most business owners get their asses handed to them, as I did the first time that I sold. First one was what we want to try to avoid, is the involuntary exit. That's where you go out of business, you run out of money. I did that 3 times, didn't want to do that again. I called one of the guys and I said, you guys kicked my ass in this deal, and I want to know why and how. And there's 2 questions that will save all of you guys' lives and shitloads of time in your life. 2 questions. Do you have the money to pay my purchase price? Yes or no? Number 2, have you done this before? And if there's a no to either one of those, do not have the conversation. I want everybody to know this number. If you accept owner financing or an earnout, you only have a 20% chance of ever seeing that money. If we need to go in the middle of a war zone in Ukraine to go get out 70 kids out of some kind of a place where they're at, and we need jets and we need people and we need all the kind of stuff to go get, I don't have to ask the question, do I have the money? I don't have to ask that question. But at the end of the day, the most complex things, when you fully understand it, become simple. The perspective that everybody should leave this meeting with, and that I drill home and that we live our lives by, is one statement: everybody exits. So everybody exits, we all die. Somebody else is either going to own your business or it's going to get shut down. And that, sadly, 6 million businesses over the next 10 years are going to sell. That's bullshit. It's a bullshit number. Right now is probably the best time in the world. The next 3 to 5 years, probably the best time in the history of mankind for you to be building your company to exit in the next 3 to 5 years, because there's so much money and it's getting dumber and dumber by the day, which means that you'll get paid more and more for the asset that you have. Exit does not mean I'm done, right? Exit does not mean I'm done. If I could go back and talk to the younger me, you make a shitload more money selling your business than you do running your business. Okay. Once you hit 5 million, and I mean 5 million, not $4,999,000.99, and not $5,000,001. It's 5 million. All of a sudden, your multiples jump to 6 to 12. Everything that I've ever been able to do, every girl or boy that I have saved that pulled out a sex trade, every woman that I put in an apartment and put teeth back in her mouth and been able to feed her kids, every child that is now being fed, all of that stuff came from the idea that I was handed a business and the environment was available for me to get over Jason Sisneros' bullshit to become a servant to the marketplace.